Hey y'all, it's Ryan Williams. Welcome back to the Influencer Economy. We're launching, we're sharing, we're thriving in the digital age. With this lesson, we'll be developing your influencer pitch. We're reaching the meat, the money, the opportunity of the day with this lesson. If you can't explain it simply, you don't understand it well enough. That is Albert Einstein. We're keeping it simple. We want influencers to understand our pitch. We're not overcomplicating it here. We want a yes. Hopefully, we'll get a yes. We don't want a no, but it needs to be a yes or no question, not something very complicated. And we'll be developing our influencer pitch today, looking for social proof, learning from the Hollywood pitch, making impactful introductions. And the pitch is a formula. It's not necessarily something we're going to be artistically rendering. We want to make it very easy. Social proof. What is social proof? It's when people adapt their behavior based on an endorsement by a credible influencer. In other words, social proof is when an industry thought leader or influencer approves of your product, and your product could be you, it could be your book, it could be your business, or whatever it is across the way. When an influencer endorses you. It's when a key person in your networking community makes an intro, and it's having an influential client leave a testimonial. Those are all examples of what social proof is. And who will give you social proof? For me, this is my website. My website's all about social proof. I have Seth Godin as a podcast guest. Kevin Kelly is a podcast guest. I wrote a book. There's a reason why all these episodes are dated from 2016 and they're still on there years later, because Seth Godin still gives me credibility, allows me to look like a badass, hopefully in the eye of others. And that's what social proof does for you. The pitch's do's and don'ts. You don't want to pitch your story to everybody. I don't want you to undersell yourself, and I don't want you to feel like you have to prove your worth in these emails. I want you to help others to have a good perception of you and your brand, and I recommend you do your research, be strategic before you pitch yourself to bigger influencers. Don't go after the huge influencers. I didn't pitch Seth Godin and Kevin Kelly from day one. I had a podcast of 88 episodes, as you saw, before I posted one with Seth Godin. So don't go after people right away. It's like you don't pitch Microsoft for your software business day one. You find other smaller companies to be your clients. And the Oscar-nominated Hollywood pitch, I interviewed Billy Ray. He wrote Captain Phillips, was nominated for an Oscar for Hunger Games. And he said, you need to get in the other person's shoes, read the room, and bring them a business ROI. Don't think about just pitching people for the sake of it. Have purpose, have empathy, and get in their shoes. And the pitch itself, you always want to define the ask, the give, and your purpose. What are you giving them? What's the longer term play? And spell out what you're giving them. Again. It's all about giving, asking, and purpose. Influencer collaborations are all about how to create a long-term relationship, creating a win-win value proposition. Again, giving them something of value and find that purpose. I want to overemphasize this at redundancy because purpose matters. Don't pitch for the sake of pitching because it makes you feel like you're doing work. A lot of us think if we have a spreadsheet of people, we pitch a bunch of leads, 20 a day, we'll get a conversion. You need a purpose, a reason, and an actual mutual win-win. And we're getting back to our matrix that we created previously. You define our ask, you define our give. And with me, with my podcast guests, I gave away content collaboration with these great thought leaders. And I had an ask, which were, sending free copies of the book with Seth Godin, asking for a blurb with Adam Grant. Dory Clark, I didn't even know what the ask was. I just wanted to have that relationship. And, these different ways to warm up relationships is important because you need to know how to reach people. And these are your collaborators, right? You want to think about people in your network, that 10% base of people that aren't just influencers that you can actually work with to use in your matrix. Again, this is like a PR campaign. We're treating you like a professional PR marketing agent for yourself because it's up to you in the new economy. You got to do all the jobs, all the gigs, and create all your own buzz. And remember, growing your influence is not about making money. We're not about a quick deal, a quick opportunity, or quick win. We want to provide value in the long run and help people solve problems. And the influence framework is really when you find truth in what you're creating, and it's when you will build trust and succeed even when you make mistakes. Please, 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 I implore you, do not be too hard on yourself when launching your business or collaborating or thriving. And make introductions to like-minded people. I want you to think about how to leverage opportunities to connect folks to collaborate, allow people to opt in, and make a connection and don't think about the short-term gain. Make introductions from your 10% collaborators, not just your influencers, right? Think about those people in your base community to collaborate with and build relationships around. And again, think about developing your influencer pitch, finding social proof, learning from Billy Ray and the Hollywood experts, making impactful introductions really matter. And the derivation of here is the pitch formula with the ask, the give, and the purpose. That is the Influencer Economy. Ryan Williams about how to launch, share, and thrive.